Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to figure out if this company is actually innovating or just innovating new ways to spend money. Today we are diving deep into Alphega Innovations Corporation's Form 10K, and let me tell you, this is going to be an interesting ride. They are all about immersive technology and wellness solutions, but their financial story, well, let's just say it is still in the beginning chapters. If you like getting clarity on these kinds of reports, make sure you are subscribed. Also, consider joining our Discord community. The link is in the description below. We unpack these filings as they come out. So Alphega Innovations Incorporated, they incorporated in Wyoming back in July of 2024. Their big idea is to use cool tech like augmented reality and virtual reality for things like corporate wellness and employee training. They talk about AR, VR, and metaverse environments, which sounds super futuristic. But as we all know, the future often requires a lot of cash up front. Their fiscal year ended on the 30th of November 2025. Now, the first thing you'll notice is that this is a development stage company. This means they have big plans but have not really started their main business activities yet. Think of it like a chef planning a grand feast but only having the ingredients on the counter. Let's jump right into the heart of it, the financial tables. Looking at the balance sheet for the 30th of November 2025, we see total liabilities around $2.2 million. That sounds like a lot, doesn't it? Especially when you compare that to their total assets, which are just a little over $2,000. This means the company owes a lot more than it currently owns. And then there is the accumulated deficit, which is basically the total losses the company has faced since it started. As of the 30th of November 2025, this number was a hefty $2.3 million. That is a big hole to climb out of. Looking at their statement of operations for the year ended the 30th of November 2025, their net loss was over $2.2 million. This is compared to a much smaller loss of about $48,000 for the short period they operated in 2024. They are not generating any revenue yet, so all these costs are just adding up. Their cash flow from operating activities for the year ended the 30th of November 2025 shows over $100,000 used up. This is largely due to that big net loss. They are not bringing in cash from their main business operations, so they are spending money to get things ready. On the financing side, they did bring in a bit of cash, about $108,000 through things like loans and subscriptions. This is how they are funding their operations while they are still in this development phase. Now, it is important to see what their auditors are saying. TAD LLP signed off on these statements, but they highlighted a big concern. They explicitly mentioned substantial doubt about its ability to continue as a going concern. This is a pretty serious statement. It means the auditors are not entirely sure the company will be able to stay in business for the foreseeable future unless they can get more money or find a way to become profitable. The company itself acknowledges this in their notes. They know they need more capital and plan to get it through private placements or selling debt and equity. Management's plan is to get funding from management itself and shareholders, and also seek outside financing, but they admit they cannot guarantee success. This means investors should be aware that their investment is tied to the company's ability to secure funding. Let's look at who owns what. The company has authorized a massive 500 million shares of common stock, but has issued about 14.6 million. Ownership is quite concentrated among a few key players. Lingyun Mao holds the largest chunk at almost 37.5%, Fairbanks Global Partners 2 LLC and One World Engineering Corporation also have significant stakes. Interestingly, Luis Carlos Ng is listed as the control person for both Fairbanks Global Partners C and One World Engineering Corporation. He seems to be a central figure in this company, and speaking of Luis Carlos Ng, he is pretty much running the show. He is the president, CEO, interim chief financial officer, secretary, and a director. He has a lot of experience in entrepreneurship and investment across various industries, and holds multiple master's degrees. He devotes about 30% of his work week to Alphega. When it comes to executive compensation, it is really sparse for both 2025 and 2024. Luis Carlos Ng and Shabnor Shah. The Kupu show zero salary, bonus, stock awards, or any other compensation. This isn't necessarily bad for a development stage company. It just means the leadership is not pulling a salary yet. The financial statements highlight a significant amount of related party transactions. For instance, as of the 30th of November 2025, the company owed nearly $1.9 million to related parties for consulting and legal services. This includes substantial amounts to Fairbanks Global Partners 2 LLC and One World Engineering Corporation, both entities where Luis Carlos Ng is a control person. This total due to related parties of $1.88 million is a really large number compared to their total assets. It suggests a heavy reliance on services provided by entities closely connected to the company's leadership and ownership. Looking ahead, there are some important events after the year ended. In December 2025, they entered into another loan agreement for $15,000. And in December 2025, they issued more common stock for about $11,000. These are pretty small amounts, but show continued fundraising efforts. So what is my take on Alphega Innovations Corporation? Their vision of using immersive technology for wellness and training is definitely forward-thinking. The immersive tech market is growing and the demand for better employee programs is real. However, the financial reality is stark. They have a massive accumulated deficit, no revenue, and their auditors are raising serious doubts about their ability to continue operating. The heavy reliance on related parties for services and funding also warrants close attention. It seems like they are still very much in the idea and setup phase, with significant funding needs to be met, without substantial new investment or a clear path to generating revenue. The going concern issue remains a major risk. The company has a long uphill battle ahead to turn these ambitious plans into a profitable business. Alright, that is our breakdown of Alphega Innovations Corporation's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.